Good afternoon, Bermuda. Wow. What another memorable day in Bermuda. Bermuda, I came here today. We came across something that's been happening in Cayman Islands, and I'm standing here as a Bermudian first, okay? And everyone knows that I can take on government by myself when I'm ready. I did that in 2006. Things happened in Cayman Islands some years ago that Bermuda is about to go through if this immigration reform goes through. And I'm going to read to you what has happened in Cayman Islands. And things can happen in Bermuda if we allow this bill to go through. On one side, the pro-reform group argues that Bermuda's economy will continue to atrophy in the absence of change to the territory's draconian immigration regime, beginning by making it easier for long-term residents who have lived in Bermuda for more than 20 years to seek Bermuda status, and allowing long-time workers in Bermuda for 15 years or more to seek long-term residency. On the other hand, opponents protest that the government's plan will harm existing Bermudians and threaten the destruction of Bermuda's cultural identity. That's right. Does that sound familiar, y'all?
Mark, just come down the steps.
While history has conspired to position Bermuda and Cayman on eerily parallel paths, our countries are not quite mirror images of one another. The situation facing Bermuda today, as in how to deal with expatriates who have been living there for many years or even decades, is nearer to what Cayman dealt with at the turn of the millennium, including with the UDP's controversial cabinet status grants of 2003. Then to our current issues with hundreds of permanent residents, applicants who remain in limbo due to the progressive lack of action. The rhetoric of race and racism, specifically the construct of black versus white, plays as outsized and overt role in Bermuda politics, compared to Cayman, where, thank goodness, such toxic formulations tend to be filtered, diluted, and diffused among our society's variegated shades of brown. Consider, for example, the following statement from a news story in the Bermuda Royal Gazette, attributed to one of the local lawmakers. They say that we are too old, that we are too black, but we are old and black enough to remember what these type of racialized immigration policies did to our parents and to our great parents and now to us. None of us should be surprised by efforts of the ruling government party to perpetuate white privilege and dominance of this country at the expense of everyone else. However, it seems that many of Bermuda's leaders are exercising emerald clarity of thought. Next to the print edition of this column, we republished an editorial from the Royal Gazette that outlines Bermuda's situation, pierces the fog of miscommunications, and strikes the core principle. Economic growth cannot occur without population's growth, which cannot occur without immigration reform. That is true for Cayman as it is in Bermuda. The Gazette offers us a lesson. The overall scenario in Bermuda offers a warning. The introduction of Cayman's rollover policy, modeled after Bermuda, was one of the most divisive developments in the history of Cayman, claiming our formerly unified society into two distinct groups, the Canadians and expatriates, which evolved almost instantly into us and them.
Step down. Next step. They can't see you.
Oh, sorry. The impact of the painful rift reverberates to this day, as successful governments fool with work permits, fees tinker with residency requirements, and fiddle with point systems. While companies lose their best and most tenured employees, productive members of the community are forced to play dice with the family's futures, and uncertainty wreaks havoc in the private sector. A major problem of doing business in Cayman is the difficulty of hiring competent people to provide a quality product. If a company cannot find stability, qualified Caymanians for particular roles, work permits are the last but only resort. They are so-called Cayman Miracle was built by the private sector and enabled by a public sector that had foresight to facilitate those entrepreneurs and get out of their way, not necessarily in that order. Starting with our immigration laws and pervading through our regulations, Cayman government leaders ought to be universal pro-business in their policies and pronouncements. One cannot, or certainly should not, scream about unemployment and then vilify employers. For the future of our people, we must let the world know Cayman is open for business, Bermuda is open for business, and beyond that, Bermuda is synonymous with business. For Bermuda and other small insular countries, immigration's policy is economic policy. Tags, Bermuda. I hope you learned that was very educational for our Bermudian people, and I felt that you guys should hear this. Okay? So thank you, and God bless.